Drew.
I don't think so, because where are they going to go from there?
So we said on our predictions a few weeks ago, we predicted that Drew would win it because you have to give Drew that moment that he didn't get at WrestleMania. Remember, because of COVID?
I know, but...
So that's his... So they're going to give him that. But then you've got the Austin Theory situation. And that's such a good opportunity to get just the most amount of hate out of a crowd. You know, Drew, just imagine the picture. Drew McIntyre has just won in the UK.
Yeah.
Like, back home. I know it's Wales, but back home. And then all of a sudden, I guess Roman Reigns beats him down after the match.
Eats him down.
and imagine when that music hits.
Yeah.
Just imagine the crowd. I think that's the move.
Yeah, maybe, but I think actually if I should take another angle on that one, I could see them go for a clean Roman to build up more hate. More heat on Roman, and because I think, both ways, but my prediction will still be that Roman Reigns retains. And that's because they want to save the moment to dethrone the tribal chief to Cody.
To Cody? Oh, yeah. Cody's the one.
Yeah, I think actually they will do that because, they put the belt on Drew maybe to give it to Theory, but I don't think that when Triple H is in charge that they will go for Theory now. I don't think he's ready actually to take the belt.
He's not ready to take the undisputed belt, I guess. You know, if he were to cash in, I guess, on the Universal belt, you'd believe that. But I mean, if Theory does cash in, where do you go then? Do you have Drew versus Theory? I don't know about Cody though. With Triple H in charge and that whole Cody smashed the throne a couple of years ago, took a shot at Triple H in AEW. I think that they might play a little bit on that.
Yeah, they could. Yeah, maybe, but I still think that the one that could be more reliable for everyone is to put the belt on Cody and not Drew. Because they can't go anywhere from Drew. Yeah, maybe they could, as you say, let Theory cash in, but where should they go from Theory?
It would almost extinguish the world title scene a little bit. I mean, for a night, it would be shocking, and you would get the moment and the headlines, and everyone would click onto Twitters and YouTube to check it out. But then, what do you do on Monday night?
It's like you have a balloon full of air, and then you take a little needle and pinpoint a little bit a hole, and the air is going out of the balloon slowly. Slowly. And then a month or two, it's flat.
You're like, oh, where did this flat balloon come from?
Yeah. What am I holding actually? So that's why I think they have to keep the belt on Roman. But a wide one from me here, and then you heard it here first. You get Tyson Fury injected
Fury?
Yeah. That
in Saudi Arabia?
No, actually, because you could, if you should go wide, you could see a Tyson Fury Drew McIntyre from Crown Jewel. And you see Tyson Fury going in because if there's one person who would love the spotlight, it's freaking Tyson Fury. Because he will go in. Yeah, I love him. I love the ego. I love everything about him. So he'll go in and knock Drew out. Because this will come out of the blue, and then there you could get the shocking moment as well.
In the UK.
Yeah.
Ruining Drew's moment.
Yeah, because they love Fury more than Drew.
They would. In Wales?
Yeah.
Oh my god. I can see that.
It's just that crazy one, but
there'll definitely be some British celebrity presence, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, it's such an opportunity to, have access to a lot of big people in Britain, and you would think that the boxing world would probably cross over. God, if Tyson Fury knocked out Logan Paul, that'd be good. I think people get a real kick out of that.
But still, Logan Paul, wow, that guy could really bring something to wrestling. That frog splash in SummerSlam, that was like they love to say a picture perfect frog splash. Yeah. Because the way he could adjust his body in air, that was whoa.
Yeah, he's an athlete. Like, people don't like to admit.
But they have to.
They have to. That's why he's hated so much. It's like you have to acknowledge the skills he has, but you can't.
But I don't know. For me, I always end up feeling some sympathy for the heel every time. I just love the heel character.
It definitely seems like the more fun one to play, right?
Yeah, the fun one. But the one face or heel, depending on how you see him, that's Kenny Omega. That's my soft spot in wrestling. Because sometimes I feel like when I have the joystick, it's like moving him around the way he's like a computer character sometimes in the ring with this ways of movement.
It's kind of like it's a Japanese style almost. How to describe it? I guess when you watch wrestling in WWE, it's very polished, very rehearsed. So it kind of all blends into each other. With Kenny Omega, he knows how to make the impact of, let's say, a knee or a drop kick. Just seeing that extra, have that little extra oomph to it.
The V trigger is a perfect example of how he does it.
Yes,
because it looks like it has so much impact. Especially when you saw it in the trios match, you really saw what. Even though he's not 100%, but that V-trigger was on point.
Yeah, it's a reliable move to go to.
Yeah,
and I guess that's why Will Ospreay's great. That high impact stuff too. He's very Japan trained. He's been out there for a while.
Yeah. But I think actually there's so much interesting to do. But let's go back to the prediction. We are probably disagreeing on the main event, I think. But
yeah, should we? Well, which one should we go first? Do you want to do Clash at the Castle?
Yeah, let's do that one first, actually. So I think probably we will more or less agree on the others. They are straightforward, if you ask me.
So it looks like there's 5 matches confirmed so far?
Yeah.
Not a lot, right? It'll probably be a couple more this week, but
they had to do a quick build-up.
Well, they like to, don't they? They like to book half the card the week of.
Exactly, but...
So we've got here Riddle versus Seth Rollins.
Oh, I'll
been going for a while.
Yeah, I'll go for Seth on this one. He has to have a win some way down the road. I think it will come now to build up some heat in that feud.
See, I think I keep saying this every time. I keep saying Seth needs a win. Seth needs a win. Yeah. Like, he looks good, but he needs that win. And I always end up being wrong, but I think I'm agree with you on this one. I think, Seth gets the win. Riddle doesn't need a win to look good.
No.
He'll still look good going forward. But let's get Seth. Let's get Seth in the positives, because I'll have to check, but I think Seth is in the minus on fantasy faction points for the season.
Yeah, he is. Yes, but I don't have him on my team as well. So
nobody does. Nobody does.
That's a free one for me as well.
Seth.
Yeah, Seth it is, but because I think they're still struggling on what to do with the Riddle, which title picture they're going to put him in.
Yeah, he plays a good chaser in the world title scene, but he would make a solid United States champion. I guess it maybe depends on the timing of Randy Orton and when he's going to come back, and we still don't know there.
No?
Maybe at Clash, who knows?
Oh, I don't think so. He's not ready yet.
Maybe they'll sneak him through the British borders and we won't find out.
In a casket.
Right, so we've also got a Bianca. We've got a big women's six women's tag match, if I can find my words. Bianca Belair, Alexa Bliss, and Asuka, very random team, versus Bayley, Io Sky, and Dakota Kai.
I'll go for the Bayley team anytime at this moment.
You would think, right?
Yeah, it's so obvious that they will go. And I think actually, if I should get a more bolder prediction, I think that Bayley will pin Bianca Belair.
I think you're right. Oh, I hate agreeing. I want to make a different opinion,
I know.
I think you're right, though.
Yeah, I think because if they're going to put Bayley in the title picture, she has to pin Belair. Yeah. And she has to do it very soon.
Yeah.
To build up credibility in that faction, because if they give the pin to Io Sky, if they give the pin to Dakota Kai, it doesn't make sense in my eyes. But there's a lot of stuff in wrestling that doesn't make sense from time to time. So who knows?
Yeah, I think. Yeah, you have an opportunity in this match, like you said, to make an impact. And let's say, obviously Bayley is the leader of that group and needs the focus. I guess you could have her pin Alexa Bliss and go the cheap way. But what does that do? That you miss an opportunity for a big impact there. So having Bayley pin Bianca Belair clean, maybe.
I don't think they will do it clean.
They won't.
They have to, no way.
No,
because then they still could argue that Belair could go on the mic and say you didn't beat me clean, so they could build up to a singles one there.
Yeah.
So maybe
easy story there.
Yeah.
Ooh, we might differ on this next one, and I'm very excited. Gunther versus Sheamus for the IC title. Huge. This is huge.
Gunther victory.
Gunther. What do you think about the Gunther name? Do you wish he was still Walter?
I think, name, I don't think, I really don't care about the names. I still look at the character. The name, sometimes the name is important but for Gunther Walter, well, he's just the ring general, they love to say, and that's more what I focus on instead of names. And still, that was when they get this Twitter shitstorm about, they changed his name. Well, it's character building. It's not the name that's making the character. It's the person or the wrestler that makes the character.
True. And I think sometimes people might get a little too wrapped up in the past. I sort of look at wrestling sometimes in a little bit like The Simpsons. So, so let me see if I can explain this right. So The Simpsons has been going for years and years and years, right? They're still in they've got into all these different situations and different scenarios, but they've never really aged, right? So it's kind of like all the situations they get into, it's not all in the same life. It's separate. It's just a story here and a story there. So Walter and Gunther can be separate, like things. You don't have to question, he used to call himself a different name. Why? It's just like, no, they can be different. These are actors playing roles, and this is a different role now. You can't expect it to stay the same and stay the same name, So, hell, change it back to Walter or keep it Gunther. Who really cares?
Yeah.
He's still going to chop the hell out of people, isn't he?
I know people are talking about the Sheamus, the ICW title. He's making the photos, posted the photos about that's the one belt that he's missing. But But I will still go for Gunther.
Yeah.
Anytime. I don't see. Yeah, again, I don't see what they will achieve by putting the belt on Sheamus. He's not there at the moment. They have to build him more up, get him more credibility towards being in the title picture.
Yeah.
I think it's more like they want the story in there that he could be a Grand Slam champ, but will not. Give him a WrestleMania moment instead.
Yeah. I'm hoping this leads to a return of Pete Dunne's character.
Oh yeah.
So apparently they're thinking about slowly bringing back the Pete Dunne Bruiserweight character, and why that excites me is because a few years ago I was in New York for NXT TakeOver, where Walter beat Pete Dunne for the UK title and started his dominant reign. They haven't gone back to those two since then. So
they could build up something there.
I think you could bring that back. I think Gunther gets the win here, and then Pete Dunne, Butch, whatever they want to call him, then he goes for the IC title, and he's next up. And then revisit the rivalry of the past, which was amazing.
Yeah, or maybe they're going to sneak in Johnny wrestling somewhere soon.
I have thoughts on Johnny wrestling. I think
he's a favorite of mine as well. I have some favorite wrestlers, but
I think he gets back with Ciampa.
Yeah, eventually they will, because they need someone in the tag team title picture.
Yeah, they need more teams, don't they?
Yeah,
I'd like to think that Miz and Ciampa. Here's how you get Gargano back in the scene and DIY back together, right?
Yeah.
So Miz and Johnny Gargano are having a match on Raw. Johnny Gargano wins. Then after the match, Miz starts beating on Gargano. And then he calls Ciampa in the ring because they're buddies, right? So Miz is like, who's this guy? Who's this old NXT guy? Like, come on, let's get him, let's beat him. And then Ciampa's like, hang on, that's my old friend, that's my old partner. And then Ciampa turns on Miz, and we get DIY back together.
But they actually had one match on the Vince where they were together as a tag team. I think Johnny and Ciampa. Then they didn't believe in those two.
That was Vince time, wasn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Well, but I think there's a lot of interesting stuff going on. That's why I'm so looking forward to Mania next year, because it'll be
a great time. Have you ever been to a stadium
show? No, never.
It's amazing. I've been to 3 WrestleManias, and they're all just being in a stadium. It's such a spectacle.
Okay. But do you have? Is it possible for access to meet the wrestlers? When do they sell those packages?
I believe probably closer to the time, because then they know who's kind of gonna be there. But yeah, so it's like a big convention the whole week. So there's arenas where wrestlers are kind of signing autographs. They set up a ring. They do NXT matches for free, just outside in front of people. They have this one really cool thing is it's for kids. You get to practice entrances. So you come down a ramp and you get up on a turnbuckle and you get to jump into like a ring that's it's like a ball pit. It just has like foam you can jump on. So it's a whole thing. And then there's the merchandise. Yeah, so there's definitely opportunities to meet wrestlers. You just have to line up.
I know. I'm still think I will line up for The Rock, because he will be there.
Oh, we'll see if I don't know if he'll be signing autographs. Might be hard to get to The Rock.
Yeah, I know.
Do you think it's going to be Roman versus Rock?
Yeah.
Has to, right?
Yeah, it has to. It's in Hollywood. He has a pre-schedule next year, from January to April still. No news on any new movie record takes or anything there, so I think it's said and done.
He's leaving it open, isn't he?
Yeah.
It's happening. Soon.
Yeah,
very soon.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to the Clash card, I guess. You think Gunther's gonna win?
Yeah.
Yep. We're agreed again.
Oh, damn.
SmackDown Women's Championship. Liv Morgan and Shayna Baszler.
Oh, that's an easy one. They will keep the belt and live a little bit more.
They will.
No doubt about that. Even though I think Liv Morgan's problem is that the moment for Liv Morgan was they put the belt on her because she deserved the belt. She's been such a hard worker. But it's a different level that you have to be on as a wrestler when you are the champ. And I think Liv Morgan is actually struggling to get there.
Interesting.
Yeah, because she has a lot of things going on for her. She has this good character. She's very likable, but still, she's not champ material in the long run.
Yeah.
But they don't know what to do with that belt, because they will keep it on Liv for the moment. But everyone knows that Shayna Baszler is a badass, and she can do some great stuff. She can put together a great match with Liv Morgan. Maybe Liv Morgan look good to build up for another match against Ronda. So, and then they can Liv Morgan can beat a tough, badass wrestler.
It'd be very interesting to see a group of Ronda Rousey, Shayna Baszler, and Liv Morgan, where they try and turn Liv Morgan kind of into something else.
Yeah.
I agree with what you say about Liv. It's the title run she's been given is well deserved, based on her hard work. But it's kind of like it was one of those, like we talked about before. Once you put the title on someone, then where do you go? And you have Liv Morgan, a world champion, in a division with a lot of killer women.
Yeah.
So it's a challenge to get her to look legitimate, like she deserves to be the champ. So I hope they keep it going a little longer and she keeps overcoming these, challenges.
But that if they could put the storyline right, they could still make her like an underdog champion, where she beats the odds every time. People don't believe that she can overcome Ronda Rousey because she's the baddest woman on the planet and so on. But they could keep that storyline going for a while if they put her up against some wrestlers where people think, well, she cannot beat that one. And still she overcomes the odds again and again. But that river of opportunities, what can you say, of storyline will dry out eventually.
Yeah.
You cannot keep that running for more than half a year, maybe max a year or something like that. Then it's done.
Yeah, I think she's got a couple of months left maximum to keep the belt. But I think Liv Morgan here. And then we will probably get a more meaner side of Shayna coming back, a more NXT version coming back. Yeah.
Hopefully. But I think if they're going to use that match for something, Shayna Baszler has to be a badass in that one.
Yeah. Yeah, she has to. She has to dominate most of the match, eh?
Yeah.
Right. So on to the main event then. Roman and Drew.
Yeah. That one we don't agree on. I'm definitely going for Roman Reigns on this one.
And I usually do. I have a rule when it comes to the predictions, when I predict with Anthony,
Yeah.
I have a rule that never go against Roman, because if you keep going Roman, then you will win more points than you will if not. But I think Drew wins. I think Drew, and then I think Theory cashes in.
I think you're in love with the adventure of putting the belt on Drew. But I think you really have to look at the reality. As I said earlier on, look, they cannot go anywhere if they put the belt on Drew. You can't have and move it on for Theory.
My British eyes are telling me.
Yeah, I think your eyes are clouded.
By my damn loyalty. See, I know I've got a New Japan T-shirt on, but
yeah. You have to have a sword by your side as well.
Oh, I will. I'll get. Actually, do you know his sword is called Angela, which is my mother's name.
Oh yeah.
So it's written in the stars. Drew is gonna win.
But I can't see it. Tyson Fury is going to walk down the ramp and knock Drew out for sure.
Oh my god. Hats off to you if you get that right. If that's the finish, then I will concede the whole night.
Yeah. I should get some extra points then.
I think so. I think double points for that one.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
So we'll look forward to that card. Yeah. So the only disagreement on is the main event. So I'll probably skip all the other matches and just fast forward to the main event.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
No, I'll watch the whole thing. I think. Oh God, I forget what time it's on. I think in California time it's like 11 in the morning, which is not bad.
No.
Get to watch it and then go on with my day.
I think actually maybe I'll watch it after, because I have a show. I'm helping NEW a little bit, doing some interviews and some interviews for the podcast. So I'll probably watch it when I get back home. I can't remember when it starts, because I think maybe 8 or 10 or something like that.
Yeah, it'll be. I think probably about maybe 8 o'clock for you.
Yeah.
But so I'll try not to post spoilers.
Yeah, but I know you can't. If you open Instagram or Facebook or something like that, boom, it's in your face.
It's always there.
Yeah,
there's no escape.
I know, for sure.
Oh, wait.
For sure.
Right. So I see I don't know what you're like for time, but we have a lot of AEW All Out matches. So maybe we do a quick fire. Quick fire predictions on those.
I think actually the most interesting angle to discuss in AEW at the moment, the Moxley CM Punk angle.
I loved it.
Yeah, but where would they go from there? Because I think this one was a little bit hard for me to see, except if they're going to put the belt on Punk again, because he's playing like he's injured, or he's just used to get Moxley totally over, that Moxley will beat him once more clean.
I don't think they put the belt back on him. I think that ship has sailed. Unfortunately, I know when he first won the title, it was this big, this big story. He'd come back into wrestling, and now he's finally getting his run. But unfortunately, he injured himself. So, and once that happens, sometimes you're not owed the belt back just because you got injured.
No.
I guess, which is a little harsh to say, but I think the hype of him being a world champion has sort of worn off now that Moxley's come back in and showed himself to be Mr. Reliable. I think now we're on a different direction. So, I mean, definitely, I think Punk gets his rematch. He has to have his rematch. When he's more quote unquote ready, then we get our 20-minute, 25-minute title match.
But where will they go for All Out? Because is he injured or is he not?
I think at this point, being a week out, I don't think they should put a world title match on the card. I think they should take this as an opportunity to focus on other stories.
But still, I think it's when it's AEW, they will. How can you say? They want to have a world title match because it's one of the biggest show. It's All Out.
Yeah. So, which is that's the funny thing about it. But again, how do you book a world title match? 1 week out.
Yeah.
There has to be a strange reason why they moved it earlier.
Maybe because actually Punk wasn't ready and they maybe knew that he was not going to be ready again. And said, well, you do that kick, you drop your foot, and then it's out to give him a moment to actually lose the title and not just relinquish it.
Yeah, very, very strange. Yeah. Very strange how it happened. And the day it happened on too, and the place they were at was very strange. They were in Cleveland, Ohio, which I believe is where Punk walked out of the WWE. He walked out in Cleveland, and he also lost his first UFC match, I believe, in Cleveland. He was dominated there. It was Vince McMahon's birthday.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it was all coincidence, but
there was a lot of coincidences there, actually, if you look back to it.
Just very, very shocking.
Yeah.
But I was a fan, personally. I'm a Moxley fan. I don't particularly enjoy Punk's character since he came back. I don't know. I think he's harping on the ex-WWE stuff a little too much. You would like him to just move on from it, but
maybe we'll see my favorite guy back in the picture very, very soon. Maxwell Jacob Friedman.
So if there is not going to be a world title match on this card, can you make it all about MJF?
Yes, if he wins the casino ladder match.
Very interesting. Yes, I've heard talk about this.
Yeah. I think if they're going to elevate him again, it will be the perfect way to do it.
It would be nuts. And then you can set up a 3-way down the line with Punk, Mox, and Jeff. So you're predicting...
predicting actually that MJF will show up and win the casino ladder match. Because as they did with, if you look back at the picture from the casino ladder match, they did that as well with the Hangman Adam Page to bring him back into the title picture. So, let's see. But if they're going to do something big, that's the way to do it, I think, for them.
There's nothing bigger, hey? Okay. I'm gonna... That would be my favorite outcome.
Yeah.
But
mine also, but...
I'm not gonna predict it. I'm gonna say Adam Cole.
Oh.
I'm just gonna throw a name out there. I'm thinking who could be next up for Moxley. I don't see Adam Cole being on the card so far, so I'm gonna throw a name in there. Okay. Adam Cole, why not?
Okay, yeah. Mine is MJF, the wild one.
Okay, let's do some quick fires here. My favorite, Jade Cargill.
Oh, yeah.
Versus Athena, the TBS title.
Let's get Jade to squash another one.
Yeah, Jade squashes all day.
Yeah, she's fantastic. I love her.
And let's get Jade in the world title picture soon.
Yeah, very soon. Yeah, please.
Please.
Yeah.
Ooh, Powerhouse Hobbs versus Ricky Stark. Ooh. I'm really digging Ricky Stark.
Yeah, I love him. Actually, he's such an interesting character. He could be a very good face, actually, because he has everything. His entrance is good. He's good on the mic. He showed some emotions the last time. But I think actually for that one, I think they will let Powerhouse Hobbs win the first round.
I think so. Realistically, Powerhouse Hobbs, he's just he's this huge, imposing guy. I think he'll ultimately be too much for Ricky. Ricky will put in a heck of a performance, and it'll be like a FTW title match, really. It'll be very hard hitting. It'll be very personal. I put Ricky Stark in the category of like a Daniel Garcia. This very organic face turn. People are really appreciating the work and the passion in his promos, and he doesn't. The good thing about Ricky Stark is he knows when to raise his voice and he knows when to tone it down, and he doesn't just yell into the mic like a couple of guys there do. So once he has this really great feud with Powerhouse Hobbs, which I hope lasts for months, then we can start talking about, Ricky Stark in the title pictures. Perhaps.
It could be, because they need someone to come from back in line and move up slowly. Like Ricky could do that, I think, for sure, because his character work is outstanding.
Yeah.
So
very good lad.
Yeah.
Right, AEW World Tag Team Title match: Swerve in Our Glory versus the Acclaimed.
Everyone loves the Acclaimed.
They do, don't they?
Yeah, they are so good, but it's the sure win for Swerve in Our Glory.
I think so too.
They don't have a reason to put the belt yet on the Acclaimed. I think they will eventually.
Yeah, but this match looks like it's being set up to, make the Acclaimed look good.
Yeah.
I think there's a saying that Jim Ross likes to say: it's not who goes over, it's who gets over. So yeah. I think the Acclaimed could very much get over in this match without winning.
And they are actually slowly getting over, I think, because they moved from this strange tag team with Max Caster doing his rap thing, and Billy Gunn helped them move a little bit more in the right direction, and so on. And I think it's just it's paved. The road is set for the Acclaimed. Yeah,
they've got a good platform to go on.
Because they will break up Swerve Strickland and Keith Lee eventually. There's still some small clues that there's something back there. They still not totally trust each other's, and
some tension.
Yeah,
it makes it interesting. Makes it very interesting.
It does.
Oh, this next one. Christian Cage versus Jungle Boy.
Oh, I could, maybe there's the right guess and there's the guess from the heart. My guess is I'll go with Christian Cage on this one.
Oh.
Yeah, because this comes from the heart. I love this character, the way his mic work, the way he's trash talking everyone, being the total dickhead of dickheads, saying everything right. If you ask me on the mic, going very, very personal on Jungle Boy. And still, are they going to try to get Jungle Boy over once again? Yeah, probably, but still Christian Cage is the right man to do it. But here's why I'm predicting Christian Cage. Because if they're going to fuel this feud, they will give the first win to Cage, because where should they go if Jungle Boy wins the first one? They could go on for a month with this one. They have to give something for Jungle Boy to do.
I think Jungle Boy is going to get the win.
No way.
Part of me thinks Luchasaurus is going to turn finally and go with Christian Cage, but I have a feeling this one's going to end at All Out, and then Jungle Boy sort of moves on. I'm gonna go Jungle Boy. I think we get that big moment. I think we need some good face moments throughout the night, and we'll get Jungle Boy getting the feel good win, sending the crowd home happy.
Yeah, with
the bully
with
can't
MJF winning, the crowd loves to hate MJF.
They won't though. They won't hate him tonight if he comes back.
But that's really, it will be troubled because the reaction will be fantastic.
It'll be something.
Yeah.
All right. Next, what have we got? Wardlow and FTR versus Jade Lethal and Motor City Machine Club. I don't know. I haven't watched too much of this feud, really. I guess Wardlow and FTR will win.
Yeah, it's an easy pick because they don't trust Satnam Singh yet to be in a match of their greatest show of the year. So that's why they have to inject the Motor City machine guns in there.
Yeah. I guess they're still waiting for Ring of Honor to kind of get off the ground again.
Yeah. So.
Wins for the champs.
Yeah, exactly.
Interim AEW Women's Championship. Toni Storm, Shida, Britt Baker, Jamie Hayter.
They will go for Toni Storm there. They have teased that one for so long.
Yeah.
Put that damn belt on her. I don't like Toni Storm, but I think for me it's very obvious that they will go there because they've built up the storyline for her.
And she's, I guess she was going to be favourite to take it from Thunder Rosa, right?
Yeah. To get that little fight between those two, they've teased that one as well. So let them have that fight and let's move on. So we can have Jade kicking down some heads.
Do you like interim championships, or do you prefer that they vacate it?
They should vacate it. I
think
like
they should vacate.
Yeah, interim. Oh.
I think, okay, injuries are very unfortunate, and we're sorry that they happen, but I think if you're going to be a champion, then keeping injury free and fit should be part of that image.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah, that's my thoughts exactly on the interim. I'm not a fan.
It sucks.
And AEW doesn't need more belts.
No.
Everyone's getting a belt right now.
Yeah. They're overfloating the roster with belts.
Yeah, it's nuts. You could fill a whole ring with the championships they have.
Yeah. So much gold.
So much gold, it starts to look bronze.
Yeah, exactly. Or silver. Yeah.
Ooh.
So.
Right, this next one, big one.
Oh.
For the love of Danny Garcia. Bryan Danielson versus Chris Jericho.
Oh, yes.
Is it for custody of Daniel Garcia?
I think so.
The Dominic stuff from back in the day?
Yeah. I think actually we will see Daniel Bryan win. And then, as we were talking about a little bit earlier on, Chris Jericho or the JAS will storm the ring, beat down Bryan Danielson, and then Garcia will break free of the JAS and be a part of the Blackpool Combat Club. It's an obvious moment now, I think. If they have to get Garcia over, this is the perfect time to do it.
Yeah, I think so. I think so too. I think Bryan Danielson gets the win. I was going back and forth. I was tempted to go with Chris Jericho, but I think
he doesn't need the win.
He doesn't need the win, and Jericho can take a loss. Danielson kind of needs a win or two. He's kind of looking like the weak link in the club lately.
Yeah.
He's not got a belt. He needs a big win.
Yeah, and that's the perfect way to beat Chris Jericho there.
Ooh, then we've got... See, this next one's going to be very hard to predict because we're recording it a week away.
Yeah.
It's the Trios Championship Final.
Oh, so it's not hard.
No? Okay.
No.
So it's going to be Dark Order or Best Friends versus the Elite and Undisputed Empire.
United Empire. Oh, you heard Will Ospreay's feelings.
Sorry,
there.
United Empire.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Sorry,
Will. To cut that one out. Look.
Oh, re-record. Let's re-record.
Yeah, re-record. Yeah. United Empire.
Oh my God, I'm sorry, Will.
Yeah.
The United Empire.
Exactly.
which should be the final.
Yeah,
shouldn't it?
They will put the belt on Kenny Omega. So the Elite will take the one over United Empire, and we will see the Best Friends. It's like they're pushing them again. So I think there will eventually be Dark Order, even though there's
Best Friends versus the Elite. That would be the most fun match.
Yeah,
I
because you have this. They know each other very well from New Japan Pro Wrestling. A lot of the guys there, so you could really have a great match. But it depends on the state that Kenny Omega is in at the moment. So.
I mean, does it look good for the executive vice presidents, Omega and Bucks, to be the first champions?
I know. I thought about that, but they need a big. They needed something. They had to do something with Omega when he came back. So I think I know it doesn't really look good to put the belts on the vice presidents, but it doesn't make AEW a reliable promotion if they push United Empire to the finals.
Right.
Because they don't have any contract with them. Unless this week, my prediction could end if they announce that they have signed with Will Ospreay. Then my prediction will change, but...
You're going for the Elite?
Yeah.
Okay, for the sake of going different, I'm gonna go for Best Friends.
Oh.
So
that must be that close look.
So the story... So the story I'm going for here is that Kenny Omega, definitely came back too soon. So now that he's about to go in the ring with Will Ospreay, probably going to go through hell, and go into the final. So the Elites will beat United Empire, but at the expense of Kenny Omega getting very, very injured. Just a few days before All Out, and that's where I think we get the surprise win with the Best Friends. I think they take advantage of an injured Kenny. And then, because I kind of think the trios championships are not going to be, put on elite people. I think it's going to be one of those titles that is kind of a fun, kind of a mid-card match on each show. And I think putting them on the Best Friends kind of fits that mold. And you get those fun matches every couple of weeks. So I think this is going to be a division for the likes of Best Friends. No disrespect to them. They're just not. I don't think this is going to be an elite championship.
There. No.
Yeah. Kind of like the European Championship back in the day.
Yeah.
It was not quite the IC title, but it looked good it was good to have. Yeah, one of my favorite belts, by the way.
Mid-carders. Yeah.
So then I guess we already predicted the Casino Battle Royale.
MJF. Remember those 3 letters when you see All Out.
I'm going Adam Cole.
Yeah.
Probably won't.
Bye.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's...
Love that guy.
Yeah, it's very unpredictable to know what they will do there. But I think they will use the Casino ladder match to get a big pop for, someone who will come back.
Yeah, if it's for the world title, it's got to be big.
Yeah.
Got to be big.
Yeah. You are absolutely right.
Yes.
But it's actually the one thing that I'm really enjoying, because we're much on the same level of nerdiness in wrestling, Luke. Actually,
I think so.
Because we could talk for 5 hours and not even blink for a moment, actually. So I think actually for me it was also a good test to find out if there was good chemistry actually for doing crossovers in the future as well. Yeah.
I think there's something there.
Exactly.
Obviously we'll keep talking with our fantasy faction brothers, and see if we can figure something out. I'm in touch with the Wrestling for Life network, talking possibly about guesting on their show at some point. And I just, like we were saying the other day, it's all about the community, isn't it?
It is.
There's so many possibilities there to, I guess, help each other out in this space.
Actually, yeah. Because ours is very niche, because most of the episodes we do them in Danish, and we're the only podcast in Denmark. So there's there's no other podcast. There was one, Body Slam did one, but they didn't continue. So actually, I'm doing it with one wrestler, the oldest still wrestling guy called Chaos. I don't know if you know him. He's called
Chaos, yeah.
That's me and him who's doing the podcast.
Well, with Triple H making NXT Europe, I guess soon, maybe Denmark is about to be on the map a bit more, maybe about to blow up.
Yeah, but I think actually, if you look at, if we should just touch down on which wrestlers that you should actually focus more on in Denmark, we have one of the very, very interesting one is called Carlos Zamora El Guapo. He's current Body Slam champion and AEW champion.
Carlos Zamora?
Yeah.
Okay. You write that guy down. Yeah. Carlos Zamora. Watch out for him. Maybe a future fantasy faction pick.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. But he's really the one that you should look for. We've also got one. He has got two characters. One in a tag team called Ranas Panya, and one known as Nitro Green. He has wrestled a lot of places. He's very good. He's very agile. He's very good at moving around in the ring. You should look out for him. He could be also one that NXT would look his way. That's
high flyer.
Yeah, he can still do high flyers, but he can also have a physical match as well. The tag team actually wrestled, Sunshine Machine.
Sunshine Machine? No.
Yeah, no, that's also actually an interesting, on the smaller British scene. They were in Denmark wrestling against the tag team Ranas Panya, and that was a fantastic match. The roof went off. The chemistry there was very, very good. Actually, and that was not the main event on the card, but it was, they also had, on that card they had Gresham as well. But Gresham, he will do a very technical match, and that's probably for a very small audience in Denmark. I enjoyed the match because I love technical wrestling, but most part of the people there, they were so into the match with Ranas Panya and Sunshine Machine.
Some of those smaller shows I really enjoy going to. I've been trying to go to more local ones recently. A couple of weeks ago I went to one. It was Lucha Patron Wrestling. They do a lot of shows in the States. Never heard of them before, but yeah, just it was. I guess it was about 120 to 200 people, something like that. And just those really small, intimate shows. They kind of like reignite your sort of love for the wrestling scene, don't they? Because it's, you never know. You could be seeing a future star in the making there.
Yeah, actually, but I think if you look at Carlos, he has got age against him. He's in his 30s, mid-30s, I think. Yeah. So that's why Nitro Green is probably a better pick. But Carlos is very good. He has the physique, he has the look. He's okay on the mic. He still has to improve there, if you ask me. But
well, age is nothing. Age is nothing. Just ask DDP.
Yeah, I know.
He started in his 30s.
Yeah.
He became a world champ.
Yeah, I know. And he's doing yoga now, so.
Yes. Oh my God. Definitely recommend you do yoga.
No.
You should do yoga, man.
Yeah, I'm way too old, and I got some stiff soccer legs.
Well, that's what the yoga's for.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, do you play football?
Yeah, I did many years ago, but I wasn't that great, just to be a little bit modest.
I used to be great, but then my cousin Ant, who is my co-host of this podcast, this is another thing about our rivalry. He invited me to a game once at a stadium, but I ended up breaking my leg in that game.
Oh.
So my career was cut short at 26 years old. Broke my leg. It's all because of my darling co-host, Anthony.
Oh, he's your...
I can't wait for you to talk to him. He's the worst.
Yeah. He's a bad omen.
Oh, he's the worst.
Yeah.
I think he's actually in Denmark right now.
Yeah. So I was writing a little bit of. He should actually. If he didn't, he was there for a wedding. Actually, I think. Yeah.
He's getting married next year.
Yeah.
So I think so he's going on I believe he's on his stag right now. Well, I think it's I don't know where in Denmark, but
it's Copenhagen actually. It's Copenhagen. I live a little bit south of Copenhagen, 23 minutes by car or something like that. So.
You live near Copenhagen? Nice.
Yeah.
I live near San Francisco, about an hour's drive away. I mean, I'm originally from England.
So look, actually, if you could ask around when I'm going to Mania about which hotels I should stay at, that would be very appreciated.
Yeah,
because I'm in the dark. I'm in the dark there a little bit.
I'd be glad to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've spent some time in LA. I used to go to a camp just a couple of hours away from there, so I spent a lot of time in LA. So
perfect.
Yeah, we'll find you places to stay.
That will be great. I think the first week we'll do all the wrestling stuff, and after Sunday we will go to the Universal Studios.
Yes.
So yeah.
A lot of nice beaches too. A lot of good areas to visit in LA.
A lot. And we'll have one empty suitcase with us for all the wrestling merchandise to bring back home.
You'll need it, yeah.
Yeah, I know.
You'll definitely.
I know for sure.
You're gonna buy so much.
Yeah.
And I look forward to potentially meeting up too. We gotta get together in a bar beforehand.
We should actually probably do an episode. I think
we have to.
Yeah.
I wonder how many other people are going. We gotta see who's going. It has the potential to be huge.
Yeah, it could be quite fun actually.
Should we do a couple of little shout outs before I let you get on with your evening? It's got to be late there.
Yeah.
You'll be wanting some dinner with your boys.
Yeah, they're still actually quite behaving because I've said to them that I was going to record this, and always I say, well, it's going to take an hour or something like that. So yeah,
that's what I say too.
Yeah.
For podcasts, about an hour.
Yeah. I'm always saying that.
I say to my wife, could be 3 though. Could be 3.
Yeah, could be. We're cutting it. Yeah.
Don't rely on me today.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, God. So I guess we've got a lot to shout out. I want to make a particular shout out to the Jobberteers Network and Battle Club Pro. Last weekend they did an event in Brooklyn, Jobber Slam 2, and the main event featured Mia Yim and Big Swole. So I just wanted to personally say thank you to them because they offered us an opportunity for sponsorship on the event. So they featured us on their promotional tools there. So very much appreciated there. And we actually look forward to working with you again. So yes, thank you very much. God, and we have a few brothers to shout out here. So our Fantasy Faction podcast featuring Wrasslin for Life, High Side of the Ropes, A to the K, The Dirty Heelz, Outsidas Connection, The Official Willym, and of course, the Danish wrestling nerd, Nikolai. Just want to shout out every one of those. The links to their particular pages and podcasts will be in the description of this episode. So click on their stuff. Please go visit their content. Go go subscribe. Please check out their stuff. Yeah, is there anyone you would particularly like to shout out, Nikolai?
Actually, you said it all. I would just like to, I know probably a lot of people don't understand what I'm saying now, but please check out our podcast as well, Wrestleren and Nørden. I hope you will write it down description of this episode, so people could. I'll send you some links as well. So please go and check it out. We have some few interviews in English. There will be more stuff in English as well. This episode as well, hopefully. Just remember one thing. I would like to say this to everyone listening here: go and watch wrestling live. They need our support.
100%. Don't just watch wrestling on Twitter.
No. Yeah, it's not the truth anyway, so.
No.
No.
But hey, we're all one community, right?
Yeah, exactly.
We like to talk about the wrestling community as if it was separate.
Yeah.
We have to accept that we're a part of it.
Yeah. But we'll try to keep the good tone. I think we're on the way to probably make some good friendships as well.
I think so too.
Yeah. So.
100%.
Yeah. It's been such a joy participating here, and
you too.
Hopefully we will do this again soon.
I hope so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope we can figure something out. This has been great. It's great to keep that ongoing relationship, and I think we're just getting started building this community. By the time WrestleMania comes around, I think we'll all be in a really good spot.
And I'll have another belt to wear, double champ.
Nope, not if we have something to say about it. Not if we have something to say.
But you don't, so please.
We'll see come next week.
Yeah, we'll see.
All right, my friends. Thank you so much.